promised you guys a video of It's Your Choice. All of my dogs actually know It's Your Choice, so I'm going to pretend that Faith doesn't know it, but she really does. But we'll see. I'll talk you through it. Break. So I have 3 or 4 pieces of food in my hand. My hand is open. And as long as she does not try to steal the food, I will give her the food. That is step 1. The food can come all the way down to her. If she tries to steal it, my hand closes. When she moves away, or at least backs off it a little bit, my hand opens. I can certainly use my clicker. She's a little afraid of clickers today. I don't know why. So maybe I won't use a clicker. I don't know why we're afraid of clickers suddenly, but you know, Faith is an interesting dog. I never start with more than 3 or 4 pieces of food in my hand because, good girl. I never want to start with more than 3 or 4 pieces of food in my hand because if I close my hand and the dog bumps it, the food may go flying, and then I'm reinforcing something I don't want to reinforce. Dog does not have to be in any position. In fact, I don't want them in a sit or a down. I want them in whatever's comfortable. Because if I do this, my dog should not come out of the sit to get the food. So, and this is not about can you maintain your position, this is can you eventually make eye contact with me for the food. Right? So, once again, the food is there. I'm going to put my clicker in that hand. She's not stealing it. So step 1 is you don't get to steal the food. I'm clicking for her staying away from it. It's my marker. I may or may not use a clicker. I don't use them very often anymore except for precise, I think, overused clickers. Okay, now that she's staying away from the food, and 90% of the time, I don't have to close my hand. I don't have to start with it closed. I can come in with it open. And she's like, yep, I don't steal it. If I have to be like this, and then she backs off, I am not ready to move to the next level. So if she is there and she is staying away from the food, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for a moment of eye contact. So this is a dog who is not pressure sensitive for me any longer, so I can't bend over her. But many dogs, if you bend over them, they will, well, you can see her ears go back. So she is still a little bit pressure sensitive, but she doesn't move away anymore. Got a little bit of a yawn, some lip licking there as well. But I am going to bend over her. For some dogs, you might want to go down on your knee for this or be on a chair so you're not putting pressure on their bodies. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to warm her up and then I'm going to wait for eye contact. So I don't care if she's staring at the food as long as she's not trying to steal it. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for eye contact. Moment of eye contact, I'm going to click. She's still a little bit afraid of the clicker. So really, if I was a good dog trainer, I would go to yes. 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 Once I have a millisecond, good girl, she said, I'll go get toys. Hang on for a minute, I need to do some dog training. Come here. Could you hop it up, please? Never okay to leave the dog in limbo, wondering what they're doing. So give her a job, she's on her boundary rather than wandering around. Maybe on her boundary, pop it up please. Once I have a millisecond of eye contact, I'm going to once in a while wait for 2 milliseconds of eye contact, and then 3, and then 4, and then 5, and then 6. I am not the person who says, give me eye contact by staring at the food here. Because yes, in agility, I absolutely want to play mouse where they're staring at the food. But for obedience, I want the eye contact. Good girl. So I'm not going to use my clicker again. Yes. So that was 2 seconds. Yes. And now I'm going to do a fast one because it's never okay to always make it harder. Yes. Yes. So sometimes it's fast and sometimes it's short. Yeah. Almost. Yes. I was obviously making it too hard. Then the next step, once I have maybe 5 seconds, is I'm going to see, can the dog maintain the eye contact as I move my hand just a little bit. So this is like way down the road for you guys. She is almost 4. She's been doing this off and on, probably not for the last year at all. I know, good girl. She's like, what are we doing, Mama? I'm being a bad dog trainer, right? I'm ignoring my dog while I'm talking to you. So now I'm just petting her, giving her something she thinks that she's doing. I'm going to do this and then I'll talk about it. Yes. 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 Good. Can you go up and up? So I don't know if you guys can see what I was doing, but I had eye contact and then I started to move my hand. And she immediately looked at my hand, so where I went back to was the place where I could move my hand just a little bit and have the dog maintain eye contact. Faeyth, break. It's a long training session for her. Yes. Yes. If she looks away, my hand stops moving and I start over. Yes. I can't move very much yet. Yes. She's done this, but it's a long time ago. I'm going to eventually go to, we're not going to do this, go to the place. Yes, good girl, where we can do that. She, oh yeah, I remember this game, Mom. Yes. So too many failures in there, so that's too hard for her, but I wanted you guys to see what it would look like. So this can become your front. Your eye contact for front. Yes. And it doesn't matter what's happening around the ring. The dog is like, I'm making eye contact. That's my job. Yes. It's okay if they look away for a second. And I'm going to train that. Yes. With this, so that it's okay if you look away, but we're going to go back to the game. Yes. Because sometimes it's really nice to know what's... Yes, good girl, good job, go play. Sometimes it's really nice to know what's going on around the ring. You want to look at the spider, you want to look at the gorgeous person, whatever, or the pretty dog. You need to know what's going on. So it's okay to look away for a second, but really important to try to screen that out and to look back. So that is several years of training. Build on success. If you get failures, we're self-entertaining. If you get failures, you need to go back and make it easier. It is never, ever, ever okay to frustrate your dog to the point that they have multiple failures. That is not learning. That may be eventually compliance, but it is not joyful learning.